Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and if you're a new subscriber, welcome to Brandy's Beauty Addiction. Before we get started, make sure you like this video and hit subscribe. Today's video, I am doing a Pride Pokemon theme Mani. It is like one of the collabs that I joined. And with all that being said, now let's start this video. I am using Manic Monday and Karma Castles from my brand, Brandy Loves Beauty. And I'm also going to be using gloss from Vivid Dip. I'm starting off with Manic Monday, and I'm going to do like a total of 3 dips because I'm going to alternate between 2 nails because I decided to do 2 nails on camera. And the reason why I'm using gloss, which is known as the dip top coat, because I ran out of the glue, which is the base coat. And when I hopped on Vivid Dip's website, they've been out of stock on the base coat for a while, but you still can purchase a whole entire dip liquid system, but I chose not to because I only need this one specific product, so that's why I'm using the gloss. And it seems like the application is better when I do the pour over method on top of the dip top coat, and I'm also working pretty fast as the dip top coat tend to be faster drying than the base coat. And I didn't need to wait like too long for the dip top coat to dry. So hopefully they'll get more base coat in stock pretty soon. And now I am working on Karma Castles. And like I mentioned, I'm going to do 3 dips in between. And I'm going to let y'all watch me do this and I'll be back. I am done dipping, so I am using Activate from Vivid Dip, and I'm just going to use 2 coats of that. And I'm going to wait like maybe 3 to 5 minutes for it to dry before I put on the dip top coat, which is gloss, and I'll be back. The activator is dry, so I am doing some quick strokes, and I'm making sure that I am wiping my brush before I return it to the bottle. And if I don't do that, my brush may harden or the top coat will get like messed up, and that's not going to be fun. And since I am using the top coat as a base coat, I'll be like so mad if I like mess up the brush. That means I'll have to use gels to apply the dip powder, and that could be like pretty annoying. Well, actually, I do get a nice application when I do the gel method for dip, but it takes way longer to do a mani compared to when I use like actual like dip liquids. And then on the second coat, that's when I'm going to take my time in applying it. And then that's when I'm going to file and buff because I decided to try another method of encapsulating before filing buffing. Y'all know that I've been using gel to encapsulate for a while, so I decided to try this method out as well to see if it works for me because I know other people do it as well if they don't want to use their clear dip powder. And I'll be back. I am using French White from Beetles. The Pokemon that I picked out is Jigglypuff, and Jigglypuff is like one of my favorite Pokemons, and Pikachu always has a place in my heart. Like when I was a kid, I had like a lot of like Pikachu merchandise, And the reason why I decided to go with Jigglypuff, because I knew that a lot of people will pick Pikachu, so I decided to go for Jigglypuff because not a lot of people tend to do nail art with Jigglypuff, and there's like some parts of Jigglypuff that was challenging for me to do, and you're gonna see that pretty soon. And as I got older, I feel like Jigglypuff is more of a relatable character to me for some reason. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, I always have a hard time doing a circle and a straight line. Like, I could do like some other stuff, but when it came to trying to do a circle, I'm like not the best at it. And I don't know why I'm over here like trying to make the circle perfect because, circles are not my thing. And if I wanted like small dots or whatever, of course y'all see me pick up a dotting tool. So when I wanted to do a big circle like this, a dotting tool wasn't going to cut it. So I had to do the best that I can. And when I am done with the circle, I'm going to cure for 30 seconds and then I'm going to work on the other parts. Okay, I'm done carrying the circle, so now I am working on the ears and the feet. I made the ears a little bit too wide than I like, so I went back in with a brush to like clean up the ear part a little bit, and then I worked on the foot and I fully cured this part for 60 seconds to make sure it's secure before I move on to something else, because if I mess up on something, all I do is like wipe it off and my Jigglypuff base will still be there when I wipe everything else off. I'm going to let y'all watch me do this and I'll be back. I am using Kitty Pink from Beetles, and I'm using 010 from Yao Shun. Kitty Pink is more of a paler type of pink, so I added a drop of 010 to get the pink that you're looking at right now. And I might use this color again if I ever decide to do like a Kirby Mani in the future. Who knows? And I did cure this for 30 seconds, and then when I did the other coat, that's when I did like a full 60 seconds. And I'll be back. I am using Undercover Blue from Limonade, and I'll be using Audrey Black from Beetles. I think I did this part about 5 times until I felt that this is like the right way to do Jigglypuff's hair. So I basically did like a letter G, so I just like curve it down into a letter C. And then I kind of like did that little, you can see like that little G curve, and then I kind of added that little line. So yeah, that's Jiggly's hair so far. So now I am working on Jiggly's eyes. So I'm just like putting down a white as the base, and this is gonna take me a bit because I have to try to make the eyes right. I decided to do the hair first so I could see like where to put the eyes, because if I felt like if I did the eyes first, I might not know where to put the hair. I'm not sure if I'm even making any sense, so it's best to do the hair part first and then the eyes. And I'm just like moving the white around to get the eye shape that I wanted. And this part, it took me a bit because that I could be like pretty particular about things. Undercover Blue is a gorgeous deep blue, so I added a little bit of white to it to brighten the blue a tad bit to make it similar to Jigglypuff's eyes. Or I could have just used the blue as is if I wanted to. So it depends on what you want to do with Jigglypuff. And I'll be back. I overdid it with the blue, so I went back into the white to fix up Jigglypuff's eyes. And there's going to be a part where I go back in with the dotting tool to put like a white dot in the blue area. It's to give like the twinkle in the eye effect. And it'll like start to give like a little more Jigglypuff vibes. And yep, I'm actually back in with the dotting tool right now. See, doesn't that like make it look a little more like Jigglypuff in that moment? And then I'm going to go in with the black to like fill in the ears and do some outlines to, I don't know why I decided to do outlines, but you know, it seems like it made sense. And I think there are going to be times when I care like for 30 seconds in between. I'm going to let y'all watch me do this and I'll be back. I am going back in with the pink because earlier when I was doing the hair part for Jigglypuff, I was constantly like wiping it off because I mentioned it did take 5 tries to get the hair right. So after a while, the color started to look a little blessed, so I wanted to go back in with the pink to like freshen it up a little bit and make Jigglypuff look a little more happier. I am using Scarlett Red from Beetles. I'm just using the red to like fill in Jigglypuff's mouth to make it look like he is just singing his heart out. And I decided to do the microphone separately because if I try to add the microphone with Jigglypuff, I might not have enough room. So I felt it was best to just make it a separate thing. And I think I did like 2 coats of the black. And I'm going to go in with the white like in a couple of seconds. And I'm going to say that this color is called Limonade. So I'm doing the white base first, and then I'm going to apply Limonade like on top of it, because in the photos, the mic looks like it is green, and then the base part of it is black. And I did add like a drop of black to lemon. Did I say lemonade or limeade? I don't remember. So yeah, I added a drop of black to it. And then I am working on music notes. I forgot to mention that Limonade is from Chandelier Bonnet. And because the theme is Pride Pokemon, I'm just doing a white base for the music notes, and then I'm going to turn them into rainbow music notes pretty soon. So I'm going to let y'all watch me like do the music notes, and then I'll come back. I cure the white for 30 seconds. And if you want to know the colors that I am using for the rainbow portion, just check out the description. And most of them are from Chandelier Bonet, and her colors are mostly limited edition. Of course, you could find like similar colors to do the same rainbow effect. So what I am doing, I'm making sure that I am wiping my brush off on a paper towel before I move into the other color. So I put like a little bit of the color down, and then I kind of like blend it into the other color, but I don't care it or anything. It's sort of like an ombre effect. I'm not sure how to describe this process, but this is like the fun part of Mani, is just like picking up some colors, kind of putting them together to see what happens to get that rainbow effect. And for the thumb, I think I cured that for 30 seconds before I moved on to the rest of the nails. And I'll be back. I cured the music notes for 60 seconds, and I don't know why I decided it would be cool to do like a black outline, and I ended up liking it. And then I cured that for 60 seconds as well. And I also thought of something. If you happen to have any pigment lying around and your base color is nice and sticky, and you have like a good like ombre brush to do like that stippling motion, you could also do it that way. And you could also do this whole entire thing with regular nail polish, because the people I do collabs with, they're part of the indie nail polish community. I think I'm like one of the few people who joined a collab that actually uses dip powder and gel polishes. So you could totally like do whatever you want to get this fun nail art, and I'm sure that y'all would do a better job than I do. And I'll be back. In the area where I did black and brown together. I tried to do a black outline. Of course, it didn't really look good, so I went back in with the white. So I'm going to fix up the black and a brown, and then there's going to be like parts of that area where I did a black outline, and then leave some parts alone where the black is, so it won't like look too weird. And I think I cured this for 30 seconds and then went back in with the color, and then go back in with the black to do the outline part, and I'll be back. I am using a base coat from 10X Tina, so on the thumb, I'm going to cure for 60 seconds, and then I'm also going to top coat it as well, and I'll be back. Now I'm going to use the gel top coat from 10X Tina. I'm going to cure the top coat for 30 seconds, and then when I work on the rest of the nails, the top coat should be completely cured, and I'll be back. I'm applying the base coat to the rest of the nails, and right now, 10X Tina is having a huge sale. I think the owner is moving away, and of course don't want to take a bunch of inventory. And I think right now the gel liquids are, I think it might be $3 to $5 in USD. The brand is like based in Canada, and I've been purchasing from the brand for a very long time, and I always have a good like experience with the product and the shipping as well. So you won't be like waiting for eternity for shipping. So if you're looking to stock up on gel liquids, even there are some dip liquids that are like super cheap as well. I like stocked up on the base coat because that's what I mostly use out of the dip liquids. And yeah, and I also brought like a bunch of stuff for like, I forgot what my total is, but most of the stuff that I had in a cart could be like around like maybe like 130 US dollars. And I smudged Jigglypuff's eyes, so I had to like go back in with the white and some other stuff to like fix it. I seriously thought that Jigglypuff's eyes were like completely cured, but apparently not. And after I was done with that, I moved on to the other nail and cured it. When I noticed that the blue like slightly smudged onto like the pink area and even on like the white part of the eyes, I was going to leave it alone, but something tells me that, you know what, it's going to bother me. So just take a little bit of time to touch it up and I'll be okay. I won't notice the blue streaks anymore. I'm going to do this and I'll come back. I'm going to cure the top coat for 1 minute and 20 seconds. And I just started my class this week, and in July, I'm going to be completely done with the bachelor's degree program, and I'm so looking forward to that. And in my job, I think I was supposed to start it like a couple of weeks ago, and then the reason why I'm not starting until like next week, because they had to do like an extensive background check for me because it's a city job, and it's also a temporary job, so I didn't expect to get like this much of a background check since I'm just a temporary employee going through like a job agency. That's how I got the job, was through a job agency. So I'm like over here like, why are you doing like all this to me if you're not gonna keep me? Well, hopefully they'll keep me, but most of the time when it's like through a temp agency, from my experience, they don't really like hire. And I might like reapply in the future, because I always wanted to like work for like the city of Los Angeles or even a school district, because they get like almost all of like the national holidays off, and the benefits and all the other stuff seem to be a bit better. You know, I just love having holidays and weekends off. And I'm going to let y'all watch me do this and I'll be back. I am using Carrot Kid Cuticle Oil from Mani Chic Nails, and I would like to thank y'all so much for taking time out of your day to view this video, and hit that subscribe button if you're a Pokemon fan, and don't forget to hit that little bell because it'll notify you when I upload a video.